So today we'll see how to create measures for the basic math functions manually. First of all, we'll see how to create these measures manually, and then we'll create these users, and then we will create these measures using the quick measure option. So to get started, we have got this data, simple sales table, which has got sales amount, profit, and the quantity sold for the respective product. So first of all, let's create one bar chart, okay? And within this bar chart, let us create the measures manually. Let's say I want to create I want to use the sum function and create a measure. Then how can I do that? So in order to create a new measure, all you need to do is, let's say I want to, for this particular table, I want to create a new measure. Just go to the modeling ribbon and click on this new measure option, okay? Afterwards, we'll be talking about quick measures. So right now, let's focus on this new measure option. So we'll create this, as I said, we'll create the measures manually. So let's say this is the sum function. Within sum function, let's say I want to use the profit column. So I will select this profit column and close this bracket. It's very simple, very basic. I'll click enter. Now let us create the visual out of this. So on the x-axis, I want product, and on the y-axis, let's say that we want the newly created sum function. So I'll use the sum function, and I'll just do a little bit of formatting here. So, I'll just enable these data labels, and then uh, also the value should be at least 12. So after I do this formatting, I can see that for the product B, the sum of the sales is 1000. Let's just see that. So now as we can see that for product A, B and C, we have got the sum of the profit. Okay. For instance, we can see that for B, it is reflecting as 1000. So let us just cross validate. So B 400 plus 600, that is 1000. So similarly, we have got for other products also. So we are able to create a simple sum function like this manually. So likewise, we can create the other functions as well. How do we create? Now let's say similarly, I want to create the average function. How do I create that? Again, we'll have to do the same thing for the average, mean, max. So what I will do, I'll just go to the modeling tab, click on the new measure, and let's say I want to create the average measure. So I'll use the average measure, and then I'll use the function that is average. Again, I want to use it for the same column, that is sales profit. Close the bracket, enter, and I will quickly check to see. And as I can see now, I'll just in the y-axis, I'll just add this newly created average, and we can see the average for B is 500. So it is reflecting correctly, right? Similarly, we can create the measure for mean and max as well. So again, I'll do the same thing. Go to modeling, new measure, and then let's say I want to do it for the max function. So what I can do is I'll just create this max, name of the measure is max, then I'll use the max function, and the name of the column, as we know that it should be the profit. So I'll just select this profit column and click enter. Now let's see how does it reflect on the visual. So I'll again remove this one and add the newly created max measure, and for B the maximum is 600, for A 300, and for C 100. So this is how we were able to create the measures manually. Now let's say I want to do all of this without doing any kind of a coding manually. So basically I'm talking about this option, that is quick measure. Okay, when do we use this option? We use these options when, let's say, you don't know how to code, or let's say you want to save your time. So in these scenarios, you can use this quick measure option. So what you need to do is uh, just click on this quick measure option, and then within the calculation, if you have a look at this drop down, there are different kinds of measures available. The first category is for the aggregate, having the aggregate functions. So what we did now were the basic mathematical aggregate functions, just like we did for the max function. Let's say I want to create a quick measure for the minimum function. So what I will do, I'll select a column and click on this option, minimum per category. Okay, uh, base value I will have same thing, nothing else, that profit, and category also the same. So I'm just trying to keep it very simple. And the moment I click on add button, you will see that see, this is the code for the minimum function, okay, and this is generated automatically when we created this. Now if you just have a look at this table, you can see that this new measure has been created, profit minimum per profit, right? So let us just see if this reflects correctly. What I will do, I'll remove this max and add the minimum function. So I'll just select this, and now as we can see, for B the minimum value should be 400 as per the measure, and for A and C it should be 100. Let's just validate that. For B it's 400, B is for, yeah, that's correct. For B 400 is the minimum, and for A the minimum is 100, and for C also the minimum is 100. So that reflects correctly. So that's how we can use quick measures, so that you don't have to do all of this coding and get things done quickly. Okay, thank you so much.